We really are settling into a nice weather pattern. It's going to be a gradual decline, though, in terms of the humidity, so it's still a little murky outside. You're still feeling it. Here's the history of those storms as they move through. Again, a total of 5 confirmed tornadoes if you cover all of northern Ohio. There was one in Ottawa and Sandusky County out towards the west that we were tracking early on, but 4 here in our viewing area. And the National Weather Service, they have to go out and survey the damage from these storms. A lot of you dealing with wind damage in your backyard. National Weather Service will relook at radar again. They'll pick the problem spots that they think could have been caused by a tornado. Much of this last night, though, wasn't a tornado. It was just straight line wind damage, all right? And it was aplenty, especially out towards the east. All those storms have gone down towards the south. We weren't alone in the severe weather last night. Michigan was a big part of it. You notice all the tornado reports coming in there, even as far south as areas of Pennsylvania, southern Pennsylvania, and they had wind damage down in West Virginia as well. If you total that out across areas of the Great Lakes and the Mid-Atlantic, we had 17 total tornado reports as of right now and 246 wind damage reports. That's a very active severe weather day, especially for this time of year. I mean, normally we're in the doldrums weather-wise with jet stream way to the north and no severe weather to speak of. So really an interesting event over the last couple of days. We've quieted down. We do have a couple showers out towards the west that have faded. Those were mainly diurnally driven or driven by the heating of the sun. Temperatures, though, still kind of murky outside. It's near 70, much better than where we were with the humidity. But that wind is blowing in from the north, but it's going to take its time in terms of drying us out. So we've got dew points. This measures how muggy it feels in the 60s right now. So it's still humid outside, not quite as tropical as it was at times yesterday, but we don't really have that true dry air in here yet. And as we look around the Midwest, there really is no true dry air. You have to head up into Canada. But there's a secondary front right here, and that secondary front will take its time getting here, but eventually it will bring in drier air as we get into next week. I really think you're going to like the forecast if you don't like the heat and humidity. Speaking of the heat, it got squished down to the south where that rim is along the outside of that heat. We're firing up more severe showers and thunderstorms in Illinois. These will track south away from us, and that heat will continue to retrograde out towards the west. So California, areas of the desert southwest will begin to experience that core of heat as it moves away from us. All the action down towards the south, but there's a little bit off towards the north. Couple showers sparked along that front I was talking about, and that brings us some brief weekend shower chances. Most hours are going to be dry. Most locations will be dry this weekend, but there's just enough moisture in the atmosphere, a little daytime heating. We could spark a random shower this weekend. National News Hour an hour by our forecast. Comfortable tonight. If you are without power and watching us on an app, perhaps, however that works, it's not really a windows open night tonight with the humidity. Tomorrow night's going to be better for that. Notice the stray showers popping up tomorrow midday as that frontal boundary goes through, lagging down to the south. Otherwise, we're dry. We'll have the sun back tomorrow, and we'll have temperatures up near 80 degrees. Very comfortable. Here's your cool start to Sunday morning. We're in the 50s for a lot of you. We'll have the mix of clouds and sun on Sunday. Stray shower possible, a little lingering moisture. Again, most places are dry. We'll be in the 70s, a little bit more comfortable on Sunday. Here are your morning temperatures. This is crucial for all those that want to open up the windows. 63 tomorrow, a little murky, but notice the temperatures, real nice mornings waking up Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday, not too bad either. And that humidity is going to have a slow decline until that. What is that? Well, that's a fall-like air mass. We're going to get a good taste of this. Heat goes back towards the west as we look long term. We get back in this trophy pattern that we've had all summer long. Notice how the heat tries to come back a little bit for your Labor Day weekend. I did bump our numbers up just a little bit then, but overall, that tropical heat and the real soaring stuff that was just out in the plains, not coming back. Union Hill Mortgage 10-day forecast in the 70s through the duration of the forecast. In terms of rainfall, Tuesday night into Wednesday, we have a little hit. And then we turn cooler and drier beyond that. And next weekend for Labor Day weekend, back into the 80s. They're the one and only Nick Camino. He's up next.